Okay, so here is an update on my Team Losi 22.4 four-wheel drive buggy. I took this and my Kyosho laser to a race this weekend, and usually when I bring one I bring the other as a backup. And what I found was, in this particular occasion, I found that the front belt was skipping, which is not an uncommon occurrence with the 22.4, especially if you don't keep good track of your slipper clutch, and especially if you don't run a clicker on the front drive pulley. Those two things combined will help to reduce the amount of energy that goes into the belt during hard braking. They get dissipated through either or both of the slipper and the clicker. So I ran on the track, found the front belt was clicking very aggressively. Okay, yet again, the front belt's having issues, so I decided to take it apart and take a look, and actually, the front belt was just fine, the pulley was just fine, and the diff, at least so far as I can tell, is just fine. What was really happening was the bearing here that holds on the lace shaft is all beat up, okay, so I got to replace that bearing. So I'd been told about this bearing issue on the 22.4 by a friend of mine that runs his much more than I run mine. And he said this particular bearing, because it's on the small side, it tends to wear out because there's all this, power that gets coupled through the drivetrain, and this particular bearing has, it can't quite handle it for too long. So if you find that the front belt is skipping, it could just be because this bearing is blown out, okay? And you could tell that by just taking off the front the top of the front gearbox and seeing if the lace shaft just wobbles around a little bit. That would indicate that the bearing is blown out. Okay, so as you can see here, it is completely blown out. The balls just popped right out, so I got to replace that. But just a quick tip, if you will, about the 22.4, and pay attention to the bearings in the drivetrain because they can also contribute to belt skipping. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.